Well, what's going on, guys? Over the last week, since last Tuesday when my father passed away, I've been trying to do everything that I can to just stay busy, to stay as active as I possibly can. I'm going through reorganizing the garage, making it more into an office type work environment where I'm not so restricted when I work out. You guys seen how I had all kind of stuff in the center of the garage here, built all the way up, and you could barely walk through the center of the garage. I got rid of a ton of stuff. Now I'm going through and just organizing what's left on top of these tables and stuff like that, trying to get as much put away as possible. I went out and got one of these Husky 9,000 pound shelving units. Now I've got my H2S on here. I've got my P1S on here, my P2S on here, and the new 85X from Flash Forge on here. This is basically just basic filaments. There's nothing too crazy. I'm not going to be printing ABS and ASA and stuff out of this until I actually build a enclosed cage around it so it can handle the heat. Some upgrades that I've made recently. Well, first of all, this was an absolute nightmare here. This P2S I was printing nylon on. I was building a custom tool for somebody, and I went inside the house to just grab a cup of coffee and some water and play with the baby. I was gone maybe 20 minutes. Well, that nylon broke free on the bed and started feeding its way back up into the extruder in the hot end. It got up into the extruder, into the wires. It messed up the eddy sensor, messed up the heating element, the extruder body. It built its way back up into the casing, and everything inside that head is all brand new. It literally took me 4 or 5 days of taking that thing apart to try to figure out what got damaged, and every single piece inside that head is practically brand new. The eddy sensor, the nozzle, the heating element. It's got now a billet drive gear for the filament, so it'll never melt that or mess up the teeth on the drive gear for pushing the filament through. The sensor for the cutting element, the cutting factor of the filament, that's all replaced as well. It all got damaged. So this is brand new. I went through this entire unit, pulled the back panels off, cleaned everything out. Needs to be cleaned again, but this thing right here has driven me absolutely insane over the last week. Getting all the parts back together to fix this. I've got a warranty on it, but it's not a warrantable concern. This P1S, this is the basic unit I started with. It's never let me down. I did a huge upgrade to it here recently. If you look back in here, this is called the Panda Breath. That thing is an entire heating element, so it heats up this cabin automatically on demand with whatever input I put on here. It knows where it should be. The thresholds that I've set in store for it, I've set online so it can communicate with the control head. And when it sees ABS or ASA or an engineering type filament that I'm printing through here, it automatically feeds and knows how to keep this cabin temperature up to temperature. So this is now a heated cabin in a just generic P1S entry-level printer. So this thing is an absolute workhorse right now. It's got an ESD nozzle. It's got Panda Breath. It's got some of the best plates that you can buy for this. Right now I'm printing on a sticky plate that is called a fiery ice plate because it's cold and hot, and it can print ABS up to 100 degrees Celsius on this without ruining it. This company is called Soro. It's a Red Evie. It is out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. That's where this is made. H2S I've had to do nothing to, basically. I did a cable extension to go from the AMS2 down. Cable extension AMS2 down, cable extension from the AMS1, but I've got a Sunlu dryer on it down, and that's pretty much this thing I haven't had to touch. It's got a 0.6 nozzle in it. I was running a 0.8, but it was just a little too line heavy. Right now I'm printing a custom funnel that I made for vehicles that don't really have much of a fill cap. Like the fill cap itself, there's a baffle that's all the way up to the end and you spill crap all over the place. Some people may want to fill through a dipstick tube if they can. Some people may want a larger reservoir on the end of their funnel for a transmission dipstick tube, so I'm building this custom funnel for it. Instead of the smaller stuff, now you have a much larger one. I'm also going to be building custom funnels for the little funnels that are in the back of your newer model cars that have to release the little locking tab in order to open it so you can pour gas into it if you break down or something. I'm actually going to build a custom funnel that not only has that locking insert that comes out, it actually goes up into a wide mouth funnel so you can actually use the one piece instead of having to adapt to another funnel to feed that funnel. It's a freaking nightmare. I don't know why the manufacturers did that, but anyhow, I will be working on that in the next day or two. Still selling that oil filter pre-fillers. A gentleman just bought a oil filter pre-filler from me, a tool holder for it, and then I ended up making an EV Pokemon for his daughter that she's got some medical conditions and stuff like that, and I felt compelled to kind of give back instead of just giving the order. I asked the gentleman, I said, would you allow me to make a not really allow me, I was going to make it anyway. I want to make your daughter something, and I made him a custom EV Pokemon that I hand painted with my acrylic paint spec here, right there, and used different types of filaments to actually build it and put it together. It turned out absolutely amazing, and I'm glad that I did, because afterwards, when I found out the story behind his daughter and stuff like that, it made me feel 10 times better. And I think it was my father speaking through me, because my father, he's just one of those types of people that he just like to give. He just like to see people happy and like to see people smile. And I'm the same way. I don't. If you're supporting my business, then I want to do something more for you than just giving you the minimum. And a lot of times I'll ask somebody, like there's a gentleman last week, he ordered something from me, and he was talking about his son. And I said, what does he like? And he said, where we're from, F-16 fighter planes, they do a lot of training maneuvers and stuff out here, and he loves an F-16. So I built a custom F-16 on a mounted, a little mount. It's got like a 3/8 mount that comes down on a platform, and then the plane sits back on an angle on it, and it sits like this, and all they had to do was just basically glue it together, and I made it out of a multicolor filament, so it looks really cool and chameleon-like. And I like doing stuff like that for people's kids and for them. If there's something you guys like and it's more than just a tool and you want me to print it for you, let me know. I'll be more than happy to print it for you. I can't always do it for free, but if you've been doing business with me and you've met with me long enough, or if it's for a special case like a child that you know, or it's for a good cause, like you want to do something for the local children's center, or like children's hospital or something like that, you want to take some toys to them that are custom made, I'd be more than willing to work and donate towards that, no problem at all. So if there's somebody on this channel that does that stuff and you're looking for somebody to donate, I'm the guy. Just tell me to make a bunch of Pokemon stuff for you, and I'll make it, and I'll send it to you, little small miniature figurines or whatever it is. Whether it be some of the articulating dragons and things like that, some of the fidget toys for some of the kids in the hospital, especially if you go donate your time at the hospital. I'll make it out of PLA that's made from plant matter, so it's not harmful to them. It's made from like potatoes and corn and plant matter, so it wouldn't be a cause to their health, an issue for their health or anything like that to make it worse. So let me know. All right, I love y'all. It's been a crazy week. I miss my dad. Reading the eulogy was tough. And if those of you haven't seen the eulogy, I posted it on the community chat. But if you'd like for me to read it to you, and it's something you guys would like to hear coming from me, then I'd be more than happy to do it. My family was so impressed with the eulogy that they actually asked for my copy of the eulogy so they could put it in Mom's file for my dad. She wanted it immediately because she was so impressed with it. I miss him. I miss him so much. It hurts. But it's alright. Alright guys. before I start bawling my eyes out. Okay. I love y'all. Have a great night. Oh yeah, I got a mini split. Yep, I got air conditioner and heater on the garage now. You're not gonna believe where I got it from. I'll tell you the story in the future. I bought it for 400 bucks, and it is nice and cools this garage down really nice in this humidity and this heat right now. It does an amazing job. It's so quiet, you don't even hear it running. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night.